How old were you when you met your spouse?
21.
Um, why did you decide to get married?
Because we loved each other and it was something we had talked about for a long time, and our lives were moving in that direction. It's just something we wanted to do. Wanted to build a life together.
Okay. Describe your engagement.
Uh, our engagement was just over a year. Um, he proposed to me at the restaurant where we met, and it was actually the day before Easter. And I was very surprised. I knew we had talked about it, but I didn't know it was coming when it did. So I was surprised. But we were both very happy, and we planned our wedding, and the engagement was, like I said, just over a year. And it was a stressful year because planning a wedding is not an easy thing to do. But it was good.
How old were you when you got married?
I was 26.
And during the time that you were dating Dad, what were you looking for in a spouse?
I was looking for somebody with the same values as me, somebody with a similar um, background or upbringing. We're, we're both children of Irish parents. Irish culture was very important to my family growing up, and I was hoping to find somebody who shared that love, and someone who believed the same things that I believed. It was important to me to marry someone who was Catholic and to raise our children Catholic, and someone that made me happy. And he does.
Hmm. How do children affect marriage?
Um, how do children affect marriage? Well, you have to make time for your marriage because children take up a big part of it. Um, when kids are little and you're working, it's hard to juggle a lot of things, but we were able to work it out that even though we both worked, we didn't have other people taking care of our kids. We both did the child rearing. If I was at work, he was watching the kids, and the other way around. So we both spent a lot of time with you when you were little, and now that you're older, new challenges arise. But it's nice to have someone to share your concerns with, and sharing all of your triumphs as well as some disappointments, and having the added fact of having a child with a disability also puts another dimension into your marriage, because it's not always easy.
How important are money in marriage?
Um, I would say it's important.
Right. Well, what about similar values and or religion?
They were very important. They are very important to both of us.
Um, age di- age differential?
I'm 9 months older than your father?
And would you say that has an effect on you?
No, none.
What's the most difficult thing about being married?
The most difficult thing about being married. I don't know.
Alright, I'll let you think
Can
about
get
it.
get back to me on that one. The most difficult thing about being married.
What advice would you give to teenagers or couples having difficulties?
Never go to bed angry. Always try and talk things out. Never you should never get yourself into a position where you can't take a step back and realize you didn't want to, you want to let things settle down or be able to laugh about something. Never get too serious. Never put yourself in a position where you feel that you can't apologize, because when you know you've overstepped, you should be able to admit that you said something or you did something you shouldn't have done. Always just talk to each other.
Alright.
And laugh.
Alright. Describe your courtship.
Okay, well, we met through friends. My friend was dating his friend, and at the time he was working in a bar restaurant, and that's where I met him. So we ended up going there a lot every weekend with friends. We dated pretty much, I think it was like 3 years, 3.5 years, pretty steadily. But there was a period of time that we had stopped dating. We had some differences and we decided to not see each other for a while. But we started seeing each other again and we knew this was it.
Alright. Just one more thing is we're gonna go back to it, is that what's the hardest thing about marriage?
I guess is that you really have to focus on putting your relationship ahead of yourself. It's you can't always do what you want to do.
Alright. Well, thank you for sitting down with me today, Mom.